Hello friends, welcome to Dr. Vet channel. I am Dr. P.R. Patel, Professor and Head Veterinary Medicine. Today we will see very important disease, important from all aspect, from animal aspect, from owner aspect, from clinician aspect also. The name of disease is mastitis. It is number one enemy of our animals. In part 1, we will discuss synonyms, introduction and definition, etiology, various epidemiological factors of this important bacterial disease. Dear friends, here we'll see mastitis. The synonyms are mammalitis and inflammation de la obre in some of the countries. The mastitis is defined as inflammation of mammary gland. Very simple definition. But it is something different, more detailed. The mastitis can occur in a various form: peracute mastitis, acute mastitis, subacute mastitis, chronic mastitis, and subclinical mastitis. These are the various forms of mastitis observed in the field. Mastitis is characterized by various changes in the milk and changes in the mammary gland tissue. The changes in the milk observed are color changes, consistency changes, presence of flakes or clots. In mammary gland tissue, the clinician finds that all signs of the inflammation and other things. Mastitis is characterized by changes in milk and changes in mammary glandular tissue. So these two changes are mostly observed and important for the clinical science and diagnosis. Changes in milk are of three types: physical changes, chemical changes, and microbiological changes. In physical changes of milk, there is presence of flakes, clots, and color changes: yellow, dark yellow, pink, or red, and there is consistency changes also. Chemical changes in the milk: the mastitis milk is alkaline in nature, and in mastitis there is increased chloride content of the milk. Microbiological changes: there is presence of large number of the organism in the milk, presence of epithelial cells shredded from alveoli and tubules, and characteristic is presence of large number of the leukocytes, that means inflammatory cells. Changes in mammary gland tissue are physical changes in the udder and pathological changes in the parenchyma of the udder. The physical changes show all signs of the inflammation. That is characteristic, that udder become red in color, udder is very hot to touch, on pressure of the udder the animal feel pain, the infected quarter shows swelling and decrease in milk production. So all signs of the inflammations are observed. The pathological changes in the udder is mostly inflammatory changes, necrotic changes, and fibrotic changes in alveoli, tubules, and supporting tissue or connective tissue. In this presentation, we will see etiology of the mastitis. Dear friends, remember mastitis is caused by a large number of species of microorganisms, plenty, but mastitis is mostly caused by the bacteria. The bacteria Staphylococcus, Streptococcus, and coliform bacteria and their species are commonly causing mastitis. So bacteria is the main cause. Mastitis is also caused by mycoplasma species, fungi, and viruses. But these causes are comparatively very less, mainly caused by the bacteria. In this presentation, we will see host affected commonly by mastitis. Here the females are affected: cows, buffaloes, sheep, goat, pigs, horses are highly susceptible. The disease is observed especially in high producing cows, and those cows which produce less milk, they are less susceptible. Exotic and crossbred cattle are more susceptible than our Indian cows. The reason is high milk production and more susceptibility. The incidence of infection is more in successive lactation than first lactation. So, as the lactation number progresses, the chances of infection or affection with the mastitis is comparatively more. In this presentation, we will see epidemiological factors, prevalence of infection. In India, the common infection prevalent is by bacteria Staphylococcus and Streptococcus. The mastitis is more prevalent in dairy animals. The animals which are in the herd, they are more affected than individual animals because they are constantly in touch with or contact with other animals, and there is intensive raising in herd, while the individual animals are like separated animals. The clinical mastitis increases with increasing lactation. So in first lactation, prevalence is very less. Second lactation, it is completely more. In third, even more. So mastitis prevalence increasing with increasing number of lactations. In this presentation, we will see economic impact of mastitis. Mastitis is most economically important in dairy animals. It is number one enemy of the dairy animals. Clinician, remember, frequently asked the question. Mastitis is number one enemy of the dairy animals. It causes a great economic loss because there is great reduction in the milk production. Udder is a milk producing factory. When factory is affected, milk production decreases to a great extent. Not only that, reduction, but there is change in quality of milk and quality of milk products also. So it is a loss. There is reduction in market value of the affected cow due to loss of either one or more quarters. The affected animal require treatment. So treatment cost is also very high. To prevent the infection of mastitis, prevention also incurs a cost. So these are the common economic effect of mastitis in dairy industry. Here we will see predisposing factors that help in development of the mastitis. Stage of lactation. The mastitis is more in initial stage of lactation and the last stage of the lactation. During the middle stage, the prevalence of mastitis is very less. Number of lactations, more number of lactations, more prevalence of the mastitis. The reason is more production in subsequent lactation. Age, more prevalence of mastitis in more aged animals. As the age advances, number of lactations advances, milk production also increases, and so more mastitis. Full or complete milking. When there is full or complete milking, there is a flushing action, there is washing action. So bacteria forcefully drained out, and because of this, there is reduction in the incidence of mastitis. Milk retained in udder will retain the normal bacteria in the udder, and that increases the prevalence of mastitis. Incidences are more in large herd than a small herd because in a large herd more number of animals and they come in contact with each other, so there are chances of the infection. We continue with the predisposing factors for mastitis. The exotic cattle and crossbred cattle are more susceptible because of the two reasons. One reason is they are susceptible, and second reason is they are more producers or high producers. Heavy protein feeding also predispose the animal causing mastitis. Certain genetic factors are also predispose the animal for mastitis. Hanging pendulous udder predispose to the infection of the mastitis. There are two reasons. The hanging pendulous udder touches to the ground and hanging and pendulous. So there are more chances of injury. More chances of injury, more prevalence of mastitis. The hanging and pendulous udder is touching to the ground also, touching to the lower part of the legs also. So there are more chances of infection from the environment, from the bedding, or from the ground, or from the soil. So there are more prevalence of the mastitis. Mechanical injury or injury during milking to the teats and udder also predispose the animal for the mastitis. Very important thing, poor hygiene before milking and poor hygiene after milking increases the incidence of disease. So hygiene and sanitation is required before milking and after milking to reduce the prevalence of the mastitis. In this presentation, we will see sources of infection for the mastitis. There are two main sources. One is the other itself, and the other is the environment. Certain bacteria, Streptococcus agalactiae and S. aureus, they are the normal inhabitant in the udder of the infected cow and the normal cow. So when there are chances, they produce mastitis. Exposure to uninfected water occur only during milking process. This is very much important. So for the prevention, the hygiene before milking and after milking is a must. That is the step that reduces prevalence of the mastitis. So udder contain bacteria. If the milk is retained for a long time in the udder, or if there is injury to the udder, the bacteria which are normally inhabitant in the udder, they multiply and cause the mastitis. The second source is the environment. Streptococcus suberis, Streptococcus bisagalacti, and coliforms are the continue to persist in the cow environment, either in the bedding, on the floor, in the soil, and other mastitis animal also feed the organism in the environment. So environment is also a main source. But important thing is that the infection generally enter in the quarter through tit only during the milking process. That is important. In this presentation, we will see transmission of infection for the mastitis. You already know that infected udder seed large number of the organisms in the milk. The invasion of infection is through tit canal that we have already discussed. And this is the only time where the infection spread or infection enter into the udder. The infection enter from infected milker's hands or clothes when the milker have milked the mastitis animal. The infection through infected machine milking cup, that is also there. The infection, rarely ingestion of infected material from the environment. The fly and other insects also carry infection from one place to the other place. The animal get infection from ground, bedding and environment and soil. So this is the infection enters the tit. Friends, I have described the mastitis introductory portion. Requested to share this information to veterinarians and veterinary students. To promote the channel, requested to subscribe this channel. Thank you very much for observing this video.